First of all, we're excited to have the Joplin High School Science Department here, and like to ask the Science Department to come forward. They may be out in the hallway. No, there they are. Right there. Okay, very good. And I appreciate you guys being here tonight to share what's going on in the Science Department. A lot of exciting things that you've already probably heard about, but there's a few things going on that we're really proud of and excited about that you probably haven't heard about too. So we're going to let this team take it from here.
You want us to stand or?
We'll sit.
Okay.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. Wow. To follow the kids, that was awesome. Yeah. So, my name is Jay Reed. I'm head of the Science Department. To my left, I have Carissa Boyer. She is also a co-head of the Science Department. And I have Nathan Munich over there, who is basically our department head for the chemistry. We've kind of come here to basically tell you a little thing, some of the stuff that's going on that we're really excited about. The first thing that we're really excited about is the fact that we kept all of our teachers this past year. And when we look at our different department, the chemistry, the physical science, and the biology department, we actually have a unit that has been together for 3 years consistently, and we've been able to collaborate and work toward certain goals and try to get achievements. Some of the biology department have been working together 10 years or so more now,
we're
together.
On number 11, I think.
I think so, yeah. So we have a really good group working together. We really like one another. And of course, we have the best subject. So that also helps quite a bit. So we've been doing that. Some really good things that we've been doing. Of course, in 2012, we were 3 points below the state average on our EOCs. And this past year, we were 2 points above the state average on our EOCs. So we felt that was good.
Good job.
This past year, as far as for the upper level classes and stuff, we added 2 dual credit classes this year. We're offering dual credit chemistry from Missouri Southern, as well as dual credit physical science this year, to add to all the other dual credits that we're offering. So we have a wide variety of classes that we're offering at this point in time. One of the other things that's been really kind of cool that I get to talk about is the flipped classroom. The flipped classroom basically is where the teachers have their lectures and so forth either online, or they have them on a disc and the kids can download them on their computers and so forth. And what the teachers have told me is, as far as teaching, they're more consistent because the same kids get every single lecture, instead of one class, being distracting and they're not getting all the things. So every kid gets to see the same lecture. Consistency is great doing that. The kids can come to class and ask for clarification. The teacher can sit down and they can work in one-on-one groups. They can work in small groups and help the kids to get better clarified. And hopefully, we're hoping that we can get more labs done that way. That's what we're really hoping that we'll accomplish that way. From the students' point of view, the students, if they do miss class, they don't miss lecture, and they really like that aspect of it. Not to mention, I've heard different little things that if the students are halfway through the lecture and they get bored, they can hit pause. And they can't do that in a regular classroom, can't turn this off. So they at least can hit pause at this point in time and come back to the lecture at a later time when they get a sandwich or something like that. So we're really excited about the flipped classroom and the possibilities that come with that. We're also very excited about some of the probeware that we've gotten. So we're going to do more labs. We're hoping to do more labs. And some of our probeware has come from a grant that we have received. And I was going to turn this over to Nathan, because this is a grant that we received. We've received probeware, and we're hoping to do a lot more labs and get more hands-on activities going on. So, Nathan, would you like to share with them?
Yep, sure. So I've got a little handout here. I'll just send these around for you all. So what Jay was referring to was a grant that was given by a gentleman named Blanton Whitmire from the St. Louis area. He was a former scientist. He's retired. He's about 95 years old now, and he's worked for a long time with the Kirkwood School District, which is right outside of St. Louis. And what he did was, after the tornado, he decided that he wanted to see if he could help us out in some way. So he provided us with an initial donation of $100,000. And some of the strings that were attached to that were that we were mandated to find a way to collaborate with Kirkwood. That money was also to be used for high-end scientific instruments that students in a high school setting typically wouldn't have exposure to. We did a couple trips to Kirkwood. They came down here so that we could see what worked for them and what didn't. We decided, based on those discussions, sort of what the best plan of action would be for what met our needs here in Joplin. And if you take a look here under our program, that's kind of what we decided would be the best thing to do for our students here in Joplin. And I'm just going to kind of go through the three aspects of what we've done with that money so far. The purpose of all of this is essentially to inspire students to pursue careers in science, get excited about science, and we're doing that, like it shows in the program there, through essentially 3 tiers. We have a research class that we've developed, and I'll talk a little bit about that. We have a department equipment that we've added. That's the probeware that Jay was talking about earlier. And then we also have an elementary science camp that we've just started this year, and we're really excited about that. So just to go through a little bit about those things, the research class is kind of the cornerstone of what we're doing with this program. Motivated students are able to take a year-long science research class that's modeled after a graduate level research experience. So they essentially pick a project and go through the research of that project, establish their experimental design, collect data, analyze the data, and then ultimately their goal is to publish in a peer-reviewed journal. That's a very difficult task, and to me, there's a lot of other successes that can happen without publishing. Though last year we did have a student that submit her work to the Journal of Experimental Secondary Science, which is a peer-reviewed journal. The editors on that journal are all medical doctors and PhD level scientists from throughout the country. They're California, New York, all across the board. And we had one student whose publication was accepted. I'm currently going through a couple last-minute revisions with her paper, and then hopefully that'll be in the next issue of the journal. Just to give you an idea of kind of, to put it plainly, how big of a deal that is, if you get a chance to look at that journal's website, other students that have published in there, they have some of their student bios. These are the type of students that are finalists in the Intel Science Fair. Their work is published in this journal. These are students that are going to MIT, Harvard, Yale. This is pretty top tier stuff. So to have a student from Joplin High School get in there, it's not a surprise to me, but it's definitely an accomplishment that we're very proud of. Last year, a couple other highlights. We took a trip to St. Louis. The students they just had a blast there. They got to present their work to the individual, Blant Whitmire, who funded this program. He took them out to dinner at his country club, which was an experience for me. It was kind of a black tie place. They told us 5 times, don't show up in blue jeans, and the kids were just enamored at the surroundings, and so was I. We were also able to visit the WashU chemistry department. They gave us a behind-the-scenes tour that they've recently contacted me and said they'd like to do that again. We also got to tour the Danforth Plant Science Research Center. While we were there last year, Mr. Whitmire, his liaison, found us and said, hey, Blanton was so impressed by your talks. We gave him our research proposal talks. He said he would like to give you another $12,500 just because he thinks that you guys are doing good stuff and he wants to continue this. So we're excited about the opportunity to go back there again this year and see what happens. But even if there's no further financial support, I think that that's still what they've done is incredibly generous, and we're really excited about it. So just real briefly, a couple other things we have the LabQuest instruments that Jay alluded to earlier. This year we're also going to add to our instrument list Western blot technology. So we're going to be able to analyze protein expression in cells. That's something that most students don't even do in college. That's graduate level science. So we have 2 students hopefully that are going to get to do some protein expression analysis. And let's see here. And then the elementary science camp, that's something that I've charged my students with developing and implementing. So I have 3 students in my research class this year. It's not a huge group, but we're hoping to grow that next year. But they're charged with the task of coming up with a lesson plan. Every month we're going to go down there. We've already went once this year in tie-dyed T-shirts. The kids all got a camp T-shirt to take home, which was really exciting for them. So that's going to be a monthly thing where our high school students, we had about 9 or 10 high school students go down last time, where they get to kind of showcase what they're doing, get these 5th graders excited about science. And that's pretty much where we're at. So. Carissa, did you want to add anything?
No, I think you guys covered it well.
Okay.
So,
Yep. Well, thank you very much for inviting us.
You
And
guys are doing some great work. It's
Yeah.
been exciting to watch that department grow. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.